Good evening, everyone. This is Michael O'Malley here with a hurricane outlook and discussion recorded on June 1st, 2022, around 7 p.m. Eastern Time. In this evening's special edition video, we are taking a look at Tropical Depression 2 that has formed in the northeastern Gulf of Mexico. What's going to happen? Let's go ahead and jump into everything. Throughout the course of this afternoon, we've been watching Invest Area 91L, now Tropical Depression 2, take shape across the northeastern Gulf of Mexico. If we actually kind of run back and look at the visible satellite imagery for the past 3 hours, we notice how the circulation has become a lot better defined, and we have more of a well-established low-level circulation, which is located roughly within this region. And thunderstorms are mainly devoid around the circulation's core right now, but we notice some more showers and thunderstorms are developing on the northeastern quadrant of the storm. And this will likely be the case throughout the next several days as dry air and stronger upper level winds prevent much of any significant strengthening, but this is still expected to become Tropical Storm Arlene within the next 12 hours. The official National Hurricane Center forecast has this system becoming Tropical Storm Arlene within the next 12 hours. And we notice how this is expected to drift south and east over the next about 12 to basically the end of its lifespan down here, just to the north and west of the Cuba area. Again, this is expected to become Arlene as it drifts southeastward and then dissipate as strong upper level winds and dry air undercut this system. This is not expected to impact the Florida Peninsula in any appreciable way, other than bringing some heavy rainfall and gusty winds from time to time, but the core of the system is expected to stay well away from land, meaning that there is no tropical cyclone watches or warnings that have been hoisted as a result of the spatial distance between land, and most of the impacts are expected to remain over the open Gulf of Mexico. Now, as we were talking about the last several days, this storm system is expected to bring a lot of heavy rainfall to portions of the Florida Peninsula. And in fact, over the next 5 days, the Weather Prediction Center has a bullseye of around 2.25 to near 3 inches of rain just to the southwest of Miami, with roughly about 1/4 of an inch to over an inch of rain from about the Interstate 4 corridor southward. And of course, the heavier precipitation remaining well off the coast associated with the core of this system, but gusty winds, heavy rainfall is still expected from time to time across the Florida Peninsula. Looking at the precipitable water forecast coming off our high-resolution forecast guidance, this is basically measuring how much moisture is in a column of the atmosphere for it to basically be squeezed out and condensed into rainfall. And so all the warmer colors here, this indicates the potential for more heavy rainfall across a certain area. We notice where our system is currently. This is our tropical disturbance located in the northeastern Gulf of Mexico. And what we'll begin to notice is as the system slowly drifts off towards the south, there's a lot of heavy rainfall potential across the Florida Peninsula, especially across portions of South Florida over the next couple of days. And again, rainfall amounts could exceed over 4 to 6 inches in localized spots, depending on how much convection and just the randomness of the shower and thunderstorm activity. That's a little hard to pin down at this exact moment, but just know that especially from the Interstate 4 corridor southward to Miami and even Key West, there's going to be an increased threat of heavy rain and potential for some localized flooding in isolated locations over the next couple of days. The storm system here on the beginning of June 3rd, this is sitting across the central and eastern portions of the Gulf of Mexico. Not really doing a whole lot. It does have some stronger moisture with it, but we notice that it will weaken with time, and the remnant circulation will likely be left to just die, while we notice that a lot more moisture will be extending out across portions of the eastern tip of Cuba into the island chains here, and across portions of the Florida Peninsula. There's still going to be some heavy rainfall, gusty winds from time to time, but nothing of super significance at this time. So again, the overall main arching threat, the big overview here, heavy rainfall, potentially up to 6 inches in some isolated locations, especially across portions of South Florida. Gusty winds, 30-35 miles per hour at times, probably nothing too much higher than that. Again, not something that you would technically see out of the unordinary. It's not really something out of the unordinary for a typical summertime thunderstorm, so there's not really too much of an impact here, but again, if you get under any of those heavier convective bands, they could definitely cause some flooding concerns. As we all know, some portions of Florida are more prone to flooding than others. So, with that being said, I do hope you have a great rest of your afternoon and evening. Well, evening now, really. And with that being said, God bless, take care, and I'll talk to you guys again some more tomorrow.